On Tuesday, April 5th, a woman was stopped in Myrtle Creek, Oregon for an expired tag.
Hi there.
Yep.
Hey, I'm Officer Kennedy, Myrtle Creek Police. I really know conversations being recorded, okay?
Yes, it is.
The reason for the stop today is that I noticed your tags are expired. Do you have your license on now? Is that a firearm under your jacket? Don't reach for it, just answer it. I don't know. I'm asking if it's a firearm, so if you reach for it, we have issues.
It is.
Okay, don't ever reach for it, okay? Okay. Will you do me a favor? I'd like to remove that from you.
I would rather remove it myself
Okay,
than
you're not
place
going to
it
do
on
that. You're not going to put a firearm in your
Sir,
hand. Okay, so just hear me
I
out.
am
Stop
not-
talking. Just let me explain, okay? It's for my safety. I don't mean any harm to you.
Excuse me, but it's about my safety.
Okay, I'm not.
A recent graduate of the Dale Carnegie Charm School. As our diva's story unfolds, you'll see why she should have read I Do Not Consent, our latest bestseller publication about all things sovereign and why none of them are valid. It's selling really well to sovereign citizen video addicts like us. One YouTube fan described it as a book that puts the fiction in legal fiction, brilliantly dissected and delightfully delivered. Order yours today by scanning the QR code or clicking the link in the description. And oh, you see that light at the end of the tunnel? We're hoping it's the 1,000 subscriber mark and not an oncoming train. Please join us in our march to 1,000 subscribers by clicking the subscribe button now. Thank you.
I'm not going to hurt you, nor am I putting off an intimidating
Well, I'm not
just
going to
listen.
hurt you.
This is what I would like to do, okay? All I would like you to do is cross your fingers like this, put your hand on your head, and I'd like to just grab it and take it out. I'm not going to seize
No,
it or
I
anything
do not
like
want
that.
my weapon outside of my vehicle.
Where's your ID?
I do not want my weapon outside of the vehicle.
Where is your
I
ID?
am willing to put my weapon on the dash so that you can clearly
Do not
see it.
touch that gun.
Fine.
Okay.
Then it'll
I'll
see
tell you
where
what.
it's at.
Put the paperwork on the dash for me. Put the paperwork on the dash.
Why?
Because I'm telling you to, and it's a lawful order. Put the paperwork on the dash now, and put your hands on the steering wheel and don't move them. Okay? You're being confrontational. You have a firearm. We're not going to play that game. I'm going to get your name, date of birth, and I'm going to continue my traffic stop. Do you understand that?
I think I'll just plead the fifth.
That's fine. I recommend that. Well, if you're not going to plead the fifth, you're going to need to present me with an ID. Can you point to where your ID is?
No, sir. You told me to put my
I
hands
did,
on the
but
steering
you
wheel.
told me you were going to plead the fifth, which means you're not going to talk anymore. Okay, if you're not going to talk, you can't tell me your name and your date of birth. Does that make sense? So will you tell me your name and date of birth?
Not until I present this paperwork.
Okay. 3216. Can I get another unit? I'm going to get my chief down here for you.
Okay.
Keep your hands right where they're at.
I will keep them there as long as I can.
Okay. Perfect. They need to remain there and your hand needs to stay away from that.
And I already told you, I will keep them there as long as I can. This is not exactly a comfortable position.
Not yet. Female's verbally uncooperative.
I am not uncooperative.
firearm
I
on
am
her hip.
simply answering you without mine.
Not at this time.
See, you guys always do that. You guys always make something up that isn't there.
What did I make up today, ma'am?
You're saying I'm being confrontational. I'm not being
Okay,
confrontational.
maybe let me
I
use a
am-
different word. Argumentative.
Well, maybe argumentative, but I'd say so are you, because you're not getting everything you want exactly when you want it.
Yeah, because I gotta survive every contact, and
I
I'm gonna
understand
get
that.
what I want when there's a firearm involved.
You know what?
It's gonna happen.
I'm sorry, but it's the police that have proved themselves to be unreliable.
Oh yeah? Have you ever met me before?
Yes, I
You've
have.
met me. Where did you meet me?
Matter of fact, really doesn't matter.
Okay, so you haven't met me, so therefore you have no idea whether I'm reliable or not.
All I know is you're wearing a monkey suit.
A monkey suit? I believe it's a police uniform and a badge. But that's fine. I get what you're trying to do. You're mad at the badge, not at me. I'm just trying to go
I
home
don't
every day.
trust the badge.
Okay, you don't have to trust me, but not that I don't trust you, I can't trust you because I don't know you. Okay, I stop hundreds
Okay. that's-
possibly thousands of people every year, and I have to survive each of those contacts for
And I
a
understand
duration of 25 years.
that. I
Okay?
understand that.
I know how to do that, and I know how I want people to react if they do have a firearm, and so that's what I go off of, okay?
And I was willing to compromise with you. but you're not willing to compromise. You want it
What
your
is the
way.
compromise?
I am willing to put it on the dash, or even to allow you to put it on the dash. I would
like to do that.
willing to allow you to remove it from my vehicle.
Okay. I can work with you on that a little bit. If I'm going to put it on your dash, I'm going to unload it first.
That's fine.
Okay. Will you put your hands on your head with your fingers crossed so I can remove it from you? Thank you. I appreciate that. Any other firearms with you?
No.
Okay.
Can I put my hands down now?
Yes, ma'am. If you could keep them at least visible, that would be wonderful.
Now, can I begin going over this paperwork with me that you're going to thoroughly disagree with me on anyway?
I'm not saying I'm going to disagree with you. It may be legitimate, okay?
It is legitimate.
Okay.
I've done
Well, that's
my
fine.
research in my own
Once I get this done, we'll move on with the rest of the stop.
It would have been a lot easier just to push the deal.
You don't get to decide how things go. Okay. I'm all about respecting you and trying to work with you.
I was trying to be helpful.
You were not. I was asking you to do something, and you were refusing to.
I was talking about with getting the bullets out of the gun. I was just trying. It would have been easier and faster to get the bullets out if you'd have pushed the release.
Okay.
That's all I was trying to say.
Before that, I was giving you a lawful order, and you were refusing to obey that. For personal feelings, I understand that. You did not prefer it that way. But there's times during a traffic stop or an interaction with police, you have to set your personal opinion or feelings aside to obey a lawful order.
You agreed to put my weapon on my dash.
Afterwards.
No.
Correct.
You
After I
agreed
told you
to put my weapon.
Okay, we're gonna stop this. I'm gonna wait for the
dash.
chief. We'll go from there. I'm gonna put it on the dash now. You need to not reach for it, and I'm gonna put it on that side. Will you roll that window down?
I have to turn.
Just turn it to the on. Yeah, accelerator on. That's fine. Actually, I'm gonna hold it here until the chief's here. Okay, where's your identification at?
I think we'll just wait for your chief.
Fine with me. I have the firearm now. So essentially, approached. I noticed she had the firearm on her hip. Not a big deal. I asked her if it was a firearm that she'd point at it or tell me instead of reaching it. She reached for it. Anyway, I asked her to put her hands on her head so I could remove it from her and take it back to my vehicle to secure it during the rest of the stop. And she's mildly argumentative. She refused to do that. We ended up coming to a compromise. She let me take it off her and unload it. So it's been a bit of a confrontation. I've asked her for a license multiple times. She said she wouldn't give it until you got here. So that's where we're at. So can I have your license?
Because I don't want to repeat myself.
Okay, can I have your license, please?
Okay, just real quick, ma'am, just so you know, my name is Chief Brewster. Let you know I got my camera going too, so it is recording, okay?
Okay? I've got my camera recording as well. Now, as I told you before I relinquish my information, I am going to go over this paperwork.
That's fine.
Okay? Which, of course, is not in order. I promise this was in order when I put it in. So, as you're asking me for my driver's license, I do want you to know that the right of the citizen to travel upon the public highways and to transport his property thereon by horse-drawn carriage, wagon, or automobile is not a mere privilege which may be permitted or prohibited at will, but a common right which he has under his right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Under this constitutional guarantee, one may, therefore, under normal conditions, travel at his inclination along the public highways or in public places, and while conducting himself in an orderly and decent manner, neither interfering with nor disturbing another's rights. He will be protected, not only in his person, but in his safe conduct. And I can give you where to find that if you would like.
And we don't need to. The U.S. Supreme Court has already squashed that, so...
No, the U.S. Supreme Court has not.
Yes, they have. And you do have a right to travel. You have a right to travel by your feet or your horse, but you have to have a driver's license.
No, you do not.
Okay, we can argue this later, so you need to provide the officer with your driver's license or you will be arrested for failure to carry and present.
For what crime?
Fail to carry and present a driver's license. That's a Class C misdemeanor in the state of Oregon.
Without a crime, it is not a failure.
But you have to let go of it. You have to present
Why do-
it to him.
Why do I have to let go of it? I presented it. You can see it.
Do you have a concealed handgun license with you?
No,
Okay. Do you have insurance for the vehicle?
not required.
Okay.
Good. Whether you feel it's required or not, do you have insurance information? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. Do you have registration information? Whether it's required in your opinion or not, do you have...
I don't know if it's here in the car or not.
Okay, so you just don't know. Okay, that's fine. I'll be back.
Ma'am, here's the deal. If you believe that this is part of your right to travel, this isn't the place to argue that. Okay? That's why they have a court of law.
You mean another waste of my time?
Okay, well you're citing what you think's a part of the Constitution, and so if it's constitutionally sound, that's what a court's for, and that's why there's appeals processes. If you don't like the original court ruling, okay, and if you read closely, they did not rule that you have the right to travel without a driver's license in a motor vehicle. Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I can show you.
Well, that's fine. Again, if you believe that that's the case, that's what a court's for. It's not to set out here and argue on the side of the highway with the officer, because that just escalates things and things turn worse. We'll be back with
I
the...
did not authorize him to do that.
Do what?
He told me he was going to put it on the dash.
Okay. Well, I'll talk with him, okay? Are you giving it back to her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to put it in this bag with all the emails.
Who is she?
Suspended violation. I've never dealt with her before.
So she prevented you a driver's license, and she's suspended?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to ask her if she knows that. That's a crime if she knows she's suspended.
Well, also, she was cited and convicted on December 29th of 21 for driving less than a driving on church on a public roadway. So,
Ma'am, did you know your driving privileges are suspended in Oregon?
I plead the fifth.
Okay. Hey, Gina.
Yeah.
So this is the deal, okay? I need you to step out of the vehicle because you're being placed under arrest for carrying a concealed firearm.
You're placing me under arrest for a concealed firearm.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I ask what led you to that decision?
Okay, well, you're carrying a concealed firearm, and that's a crime in Oregon.
ma'am, do you recall I asked you if that was a gun underneath your jacket?
And I said yes.
Okay, so by me not being able to tell whether it was a gun or not, it was not in open plain view, right? Okay, so it would have been concealed if I can't tell that it's a gun.
You could obviously see the butt of it.
If you got your sweatshirt covering that gun, it's concealed. An open carry is open carry, nothing obstructing the firearm or the holster that it's in.
So had it been on the dash or like flat on the passenger seat,
Or had it been on your side without a sweatshirt covering it, that's not concealed. But you have it under
So
clothing,
now
that's
you
concealed.
guys want to nitpick.
and additionally, it's also a crime to present me with a driver's license knowing that it's suspended. I see you were convicted of driving while suspended in late December of 2021, which was only a few months ago. Additionally, you haven't been reinstated at all since then, so there's a pretty good inclination that you knew you were suspended and knew that license was not valid. That's also a crime in the state of Oregon.
You're making assumptions.
No, that's...
You're making assumptions.
Oh, as far as your knowledge
You're
of that?
assuming whether I knew or did not know.
Right, I never said I knew for a fact. Okay, I'm not in your mind, I can't know that. But there's pretty good evidence to show that you likely knew. But additionally from that, for the concealed firearm, yes, you are under arrest. So we just need you to step out. We don't want it to be incident or anything. Just ask you to step out and face the panel up there for us, please.
So, ma'am, like I explained to you, this isn't the place to argue. That just makes things worse. That's why there's court.
Yeah, you guys looked for the most petty thing that you could to arrest me for.
Okay, well, we didn't
And
look
I'm
for
willing
it.
to bet that in the process, you guys have got a whole lot of other things going on. So before we jump to that, I'd like to know what I was pulled over for.
I told you, you're stopped for expired tires. Okay, additionally, the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended. It appeared to look similar to you based off the picture I pulled up before I stopped you. But in and of itself, I can stop you if the registered owner of the vehicle is suspended and the description would match. Additionally, you have a light housing on the back here that's broken. I didn't notify you that that's why I stopped you, because I was primarily just stopping you for the tag. But I mean, we can point at things, but I don't want to nitpick with you. I don't want to argue with you. Okay, this is kind of what we're going to do. You're obviously very familiar with the courts. You referenced the Supreme Court earlier in the stop. Okay, so you know that that's the place to argue this stuff. So at this point, that's why you're under arrest. Okay, so we're going to ask that you step out. We don't want an argument with you. We don't want any
So what are you
altercation.
going to do with my car?
So your car, so you were convicted of driving while suspended recently. So
You have no insurance on the vehicle.
You guys have no legal right to tow it.
Okay, again, you can argue that in court.
But I'm talking to you now.
Okay, this isn't the place for these arguments, okay, ma'am? So I'm going to ask you to go ahead and step out of the vehicle, and if you refuse
I will
to...
step
okay.
out of the vehicle. However, the U.S. Supreme Court has already ruled that a vehicle is a household effect.
Okay.
Therefore, you have no right to tow it.
Okay. Again, you can argue that in court. You can argue that. You can file lawsuits. You can do what you like.
So,
Okay.
in other words, what you're saying, Chief, is that you don't care
get him on the camera.
that you are stomping all over my
Okay.
constitutional rights.
What I care about is this is my job. Okay. I am educated. And I'm informed. And I get the training on laws and court rulings.
But that does not
okay.
mean that you know all the laws.
Okay.
And that does not mean that you are kept up to date
Right.
on the U.S. Supreme Court's rulings.
Right. So I'm pretty kept up to date. And again,
I
if I'm
research.
wrong, I'll eat crow later. Okay. But this isn't the
Eating
place
crow
for it.
later is not going to help me.
Okay. Well, it might. So, go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead and step out of the
In the
vehicle. You are
meantime,
under arrest.
you guys are taking something that you have no legal right to take.
Again, not the place for the argument.
I have not even said that I'm going to tow it yet, but we need you to step out now so we can get you in custody safely, and then we'll go from there. So please face that way. Face that way, and put your hands behind your back.
Ow!
Okay.
Would you please
You need
be
two sets of
gentle?
cuffs?
I have a right shoulder injury,
Okay.
so
Chief,
please
you
be
hold this
gentle.
on. We'll put two sets of cuffs on you.
And please do not pull my arms out.
We're going to do our very best. I'm only limited by these two cuffs.
Too high.
It'd be a little better if you were able to hold a little more still.
Well, I'm sorry that I'm not standing still enough for you. I'm a little bit scared.
Real quick, ma'am, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you at no expense. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
I'm pleading with this.
Okay. 30 till then. 216 has one female in custody.
Is it okay if I take your glasses off before I put you in the car?
Preferably not.
Alright, that's fine. I asked what
Generally,
you prefer.
it wouldn't be a big deal, but I get such bad headaches
That's fine.
from the light.
Okay, I'll have you step this way for me. And just right around me to the door here. So the best way is going to be to get up as close to that corner as you can, face me, and then sit back, and then swing your legs in. Just do your best. You can take as much time as you need.
Actually, you're gonna have to help me.
Okay, how would you like me to help you? Would you like me to hold pressure on your back so you can slowly go in?
Do you want to hold onto your sweatshirt like this?
That'll work.
Okay. Slowly lean down.
As slow as you need.
A little more, yep.
Okay.
Keep going. There we go.
Awesome.
Yep.
So duck. Okay, so your head should be clear now. And I'll give you some time to get your legs in.
It's not as easy as
I know, it's difficult.
Okay, this is...
You want me to go on the other side and pull on you?
Can you push my feet up?
Yep. There we go. I'll sit you up. Perfect. There we go. Okay, would you like a window down?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Hungry for more drama, our drama queen suffered a, quote, back spasm en route to the jail. Amid her strange moans, out of an abundance of caution, the cop pulled over to check on her.
I gotta see it.
Would you like an ambulance?
No, I just gotta get this.
You're positive you don't want any medical attention, correct?
It won't help.
Howdy. So she was having a back spasm and couldn't wait, so.
I'm sorry, my back went out
That's alright.
a couple weeks ago, and it's been kind of sliding in and out since.
It happens. Stretch out real quick, and then we're only about 4 minutes away from the jail, so. How are you, sir? Good. How are you?
Do you mind holding my shoulders?
How would you like me to hold them?
Just, yeah. And I'm gonna lean to the right to stretch, and then I'm gonna lean to the left.
Okay.
Now, if we can get that stretched out to the jail, it'll be.
They'll take those off, and you can flail your arms all you want.
It'll be a lot better.
You want to give it a shot? You ready? Okay, let's do it.
Same thing as before,
Okay,
please.
you need me to hold your jacket?
Yep.
All right. Lean back.
Let me. A little more.
Okay.
Nope.
I'll
Yep.
pull on. Okay. I got you. I'm going to push back on you some.
Okay, since we practiced this earlier. Please.
Okay, we're almost there.
Wait. Hold on. I'm sorry, I got a cramp in my hip now.
Well, let's get there so we can get you out. Okay.
Regina Green Carnes was charged with carrying a concealed weapon without a permit, driving while suspended, expired registration, failure to provide proof of insurance, and an equipment violation. Cops on the scene also voted her the most obnoxious arrest of that year.